Welcome to Hindsight with me, Segun Ojumu. It is election day in the United States. After months of hitting the campaign trail, it has finally come down to this. Voters in 50 states are voting in what is a historic election. It has been heated just as it has been fractious. Both candidates have been on a relentless set of campaigns that have seen them crisscross battleground states in just a few days. But all that has been put aside now. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton will be hoping their messages to voters have gotten through. Now, we'll be shortly reminding ourselves what both candidates have said at their respective campaigns. Now, but of course, we must say here that if you want to get to the White House, then you must win Florida. It was no surprise then that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were both there for a final push for votes only days ago. Take a look.
These crowds are terrific. Thank you very much. In 6 days, we are going to win the great state of Florida, and we are going to win back the White House. That will happen. But you have to get out. You have to vote. We have to get out there. We don't want to blow it, that I can tell you, because we have worked very hard, all of us, you, me, everybody, and it's very historic what's happening. I'd like to begin today by thanking all of you for joining me. This has been an incredible journey, and we've all done it together. We're almost at the end. But we're really at the end of the beginning, if you think about it, aren't we? The end of the beginning. Our magnificent historic movement has surprised the world and defied expectations at every single turn. And now, next Tuesday, we will have one last glorious surprise for the pundits, the politicians, and the special interests when we win and return the power back to the people. That's going to happen. Going to happen. It's been the honor of my life to share this journey with you. It has absolutely been. There are two people, however, who I did not really get to share this with, but who are in my thoughts often, and that's my mother and my father. Great people. I had great parents, great parents. I know they're up there watching. I just felt that nice breeze. It's hot, but I just felt that nice breeze, so they're helping us out. And I just want to say thank you to both of them, special, special people. I've had a great life, and now I want to give back to the country that I love. It's time. We have to give back, folks. I've seen how the career of politicians, the big donors and the special interests have bled this country dry and stripped our middle class and stripped our companies of its jobs and its wealth. But we're just 6 days away from delivering justice for every forgotten man, woman, and child in this country. Justice for every child trapped in poverty in the inner cities, for every family that's born, and you know that, they've been born into a situation in some cases. They can't get out of it. We're going to get them out of it. We're going to get them out of it. We have endless wars. Every community's hopes and dreams have been shattered. And we're not going to let that happen. Our inner cities are going to come back, and they're going to come back strong, and you're going to see what I mean. And the African American community and the Hispanic community are really understanding what's going on. And you see that right now. You see that right now in what's happening at the polls. We're winning in Florida. We're winning in Ohio. We're winning in Iowa. In North Carolina, we're doing great in Pennsylvania. A lot of people are saying Pennsylvania's looking very good. So many different places. We just got a poll. We're 3 up in Virginia. But we are seriously up in Florida. That's very important. And I will never, ever let you down. Real change begins with immediately repealing and replacing Obamacare, a disaster.
Donald Trump there campaigning in Florida. Now, let's hear from Hillary Clinton.
It's a beautiful place, and I have lots of friends, but it's also really important in this election. Florida can decide who our next president is, which will affect the nation and the world. And I want to make sure that every voter in Florida spends these next 7 days thinking about what's at stake in this election. Because honestly, I believe this may be the most important election of our lifetimes. 1 week from today, we will be choosing our next president and commander-in-chief of the United States. I don't think the choice could be any clearer. You know, I have spent my career fighting for children and families. I have served in the United States Senate, served on the Senate Armed Services Committee. I was in the Situation Room when we brought Osama bin Laden to justice. I represented you as your Secretary of State, going to 112 countries, negotiating with friend and foe alike. I am ready to serve if you give me the great honor of being your president. I do have to say that I think that stands in contrast to my opponent.
Okay, we have live on the line from New York City, our political editor Uzonna Onoye, who has been following the elections, reporting the elections there. Uzonna, good morning, shall I say?
Well, good day.
Good day to you. So tell us, what has been happening? We heard that Donald Trump has voted. Can you confirm that?
Yes, he just left his polling booth about 3 minutes ago. He arrived here at a polling center which is in Manhattan. Just about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And now there is serious and the president there is unimaginable. But everything has done normally. Our electorates are also viewing and voting in the morning when voting began in this place.
Okay, you mentioned the huge turnout of voters there, but how is that compared to just 4 years ago? How does that compare?
Yeah, 4 years ago. Is a New Yorker. Particularly here, the opponent, Mrs. Hillary Clinton, voted earlier in the day in her own, part of New York. She's also a New Yorker.
Sure.
And, she voted earlier in the day, but right where I am in Manhattan, the New York City, the Trump popularity is, you can feel it. You can just feel it.
Yes, the Trump Tower is not too far from where you are.
Sorry.
I said Donald Trump has a building there, a very massive building. So I assume like
Yes.
mm,
The Trump Tower.
yes,
It's not up to 3 kilometers from. Can you imagine? It's not up to a kilometer from where I am.
right.
It's about 300 or 500 meters.
Okay, I take it you'll be speaking with voters. Voters, what have they been telling you?
Sorry, sir.
Voters that voted already, what have they been telling you?
Oh, it's the truth of the matter is that most Americans would have wished different candidates were up for the election. They wouldn't tell you that straight up, but by the time you speak to 2-3 people, you will find out that they would have wished they had different candidates. But the choice they have to make now is the one they dislike less. Between the two top candidates, the one they dislike less is the one they're going to vote for. That's the general feeling. A lot of issues are still open. Being discussed, the issue of immigration policy, the issue on healthcare, the issue on job creation, the economic question, and then the mud slinging that have been on for a while.
Yes.
All of that are part of the issue, things that will determine who will win at the end of the day.
Okay, let me take you back to the issue of to the security arrangement there. Well, I mean, yeah, why is that? Why is the security on such a scale? Is it because there's a genuine threat level, genuine threat there?
I think that all around New York, there's a very high security presence. The NYPD, that is the New York
Police Department,
has been up and doing since we arrived here. We've noticed very organized security presence. There's no stop and search. There's no roadblock.
Okay.
But if you have the eye to notice, you will see them in uniform and without uniform, in mosques everywhere, at train stations, everywhere. You will notice, you will see them. I guess it's precautionary because since we came in, we've not had any incident. We've not heard of any incident, but they are actually taking precautions to ensure that there is no such ugly incident that may be dangerous.
Okay, before we let you go, how long before we get final results?
Of course, number one, I'm a Nigerian, so I don't work with the electoral system in New York, but what we have been told is that as soon as voting ends later tonight,
Right.
then they will begin to put their results together. But remember that it is not the person that wins the highest number of votes will emerge president at the end of the day.
True.
The decision of the electoral college is very, very key and important. And if you also know, the electoral college is made up of 538 voters.
Yes.
And you must have at least 270.
270.
Before you become winner. That's where the final game will be played and who becomes the final winner of the election.
Uzonna, we have to let you go, but thank you so much for taking time to talk to us live from New York. All right, stay safe.
All right, thank you.
All right. That there was our political editor Uzonna Ononye live from New York. Now, we're going to take a short break now, and then Hindsight will continue with more from the U.S. election. Stay with us.
Watching Silverbird Television.
The point is this. It's the executive branch. The president has...
Me, Segun Ojumu. On this program, we'll be bringing you news, views, and exclusive interviews.
Non-political will to bring back people, our medical experts that are on diaspora.
Praise the efforts so far.
The synergy that has been developed.
Arrived Abuja from Washington, D.C., where he joined President Barack Obama.
Because of the economic recession was over. Now Senator Saki in an interactive...
To capture the moment for in-house in session. From the national...
Welcome back. Now, the relationship between the United States and Nigeria dates back decades. It is undiplomatic, of course, not to say damaging, to support any candidate against the other. So when newspapers were carrying news that the federal government was supporting one candidate, Hillary Clinton, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs wasted no time denying those reports. The Minister of Foreign Affairs was here in our studio and he addressed that matter. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Yes, I can confirm indeed, and this is totally wrong. And I can actually clarify. I was addressing a group of women, party supporters, and I told them that, you know, it would appear that we are really entering an age in which women are becoming increasingly empowered. And I gave examples. I said, you know, in Germany, one of the most powerful countries in the world, you have a woman leader. In the United Kingdom now, you know, another very powerful country, you have a female leader. And in the US, you have a very good chance of getting a female a leader of the most powerful country in the world. So I was really encouraging the women to saying that, you know, it could well be your time is here. It was not in any way indicating that government had taken any position, because we haven't taken any position.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyama, there clarifying issues. Now, you may be wondering if there will be any change in economic policy depending on who wins. My colleague Ajay Mangut spoke with an economist on her program Business Track on Monday. Here is what he said.
You know, we're meant to believe that regardless of the outcome of the election, there might not be too much interference in terms of bilateral relationships, because we are cooperating in areas of security, power, infrastructure, and what have you. We have the the American consulate here, and there's a lot of business relationship with America we have right now. We have a lot of foreign direct investment from America to Nigeria, totaling of about 8 billion. And we have bilateral trade relationships totaling about 9 billion. So the effect of there's already a stable relationship that has been existing between America and Nigeria since the 1960s. And areas of cooperation, as I said, is economic security and other areas. But specifically, the difference where there will be some differences in terms of the election is that while we have to, this is a very different election for America itself, and because the two different presidential candidates, one has good foreign policies, the other doesn't, or should I say one has friendly foreign policy, the other that doesn't. Like, for example, now yesterday when there was a mention of the FBI is no more investigating Hillary Clinton, all the markets did well. When the markets are doing well, that means we're going to get more foreign investment into Africa in general or around the world. The Mexican peso did well, the dollar did well, the FTSE 100, and all these companies are doing well just by that. So what it is that one presidential candidate has friendly economic foreign policies, while the other doesn't.
Now, let's turn back to both candidates now. Both of them on Monday engaged in the campaign blitz. We saw them crisscross battleground states of North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. Mrs. Clinton urged voters to back a hopeful, inclusive, and big-hearted America, while Mr. Trump told supporters they had a magnificent chance to beat the corrupt system. Polls give Democrat Mrs. Clinton a 4-point lead over her Republican rival, Mr. Trump. Now, let's give you a bit of both Donald Trump's final pitch to voters and then President Barack Obama's final campaign for Hillary Clinton. Watch this.
Premiums are surging, companies are leaving, insurers are fleeing, doctors are quitting, and deductibles are going through the roof. Yet Hillary Clinton wants to double down on Obamacare, making it even more expensive than it already is. It's unaffordable. I'm asking for your vote so we can repeal and replace Obamacare and save health care for every family in Michigan and our country. Real change also means restoring honesty to government. Let's start by getting rid of Clinton. Hillary Clinton Clinton is the most corrupt person ever to seek the office of the presidency of the United States. The investigations into her crimes will go on for a long, long time. The rank and file special agents at the FBI won't let her get away.
Anyone who sees women as objects, minorities and immigrants as inferior, other faiths as presumptively un-American, cannot lead this diverse, dynamic, big-hearted country that we love. And so all of this should give you reason enough to vote tomorrow. But you don't just have to vote against someone. You have somebody extraordinary to vote for. Philadelphia, you've got someone outstanding to vote for in Hillary Clinton. I'll be honest. I have had to bite my tongue after a lot of the nonsense I've heard people say about Hillary in this election. I can only imagine what Bill and Chelsea have been going through. The vicious, crazy attacks. The double standards applied to her. They're like nothing we've ever seen before. And what makes it worse is that most of the people saying this stuff, they don't really believe it. They know better. Don't forget, when Hillary was a senator, when she was my Secretary of State, she was really popular. People saw how effective she was, how she crossed party lines to get things done. Before she announced her candidacy for president, Republican leaders described her, and I'm quoting now, as very impressive.
Well, and there you have it. Americans have been casting their ballots to determine who their next president will be. Soon enough, we will know exactly who that is. Stay with Silver Television as we bring you updates from the United States throughout the day. Let's keep the conversation going in the meantime, online, on Twitter. Tweet us and we'll tweet you right back at Hindsight or Hindsight STV, or email us on hindsightstv@gmail.com. Till I come your way next time, I am Shegun Ojumu saying goodbye and God bless.